Hi and welcome to a new tech episode. Yeah, as you can see there's a lot of new stuff. The reason for this is, as you can see it in my last few flight videos, I had a few crashes and killed some of my hardware, and that was the reason to decide what to get as new hardware. Perhaps we start at the GoPro. As you can see, I killed the whole protection lens, and luckily the lens itself is totally clean, no damage at all. So it's only the frame with the protection lens and the tempered glass I have to replace, and technically the GoPro still works perfect, so no damage at the cam itself. Yeah, so far everything's good. Just replacing these things. Lens replacement kit, 2 pieces are inside there. What I also ordered is red ones from AliExpress, just because with the red frame you can better find your GoPro if you lose it after a crash, if it's off the quad and you have to search the GoPro separately, then you can find it better with a colored frame than with the black one. Then I also killed my Armway antenna. That's the way it looks after my last crash. Not much left, and then I decided to go for something which is protected, where the clover leaves are protected, and I decided to go for the Team Black Sheep antennas. I think they will work fine. There are a lot of reviews on YouTube and people are happy with it, so I think they will be great, and for sure clover leaf better protected for longer antenna life than the Armway, which is really totally damaged. And then we have the props. For sure, with every crash you normally kill your props. I already used HQ props, 6045s. These are now the bullnose versions, and I'm gonna try these just to figure out the difference between the regular shape and the bullnose shape, and I have no idea if they will work better or less good or whatever. We will see. Just try out and we will see what happens with these props. And then, most exciting part, the motors. I killed some motors, especially the bearings. The worst motor looks like this. You can see the hit on the bell, and the bearings are not good anymore, and there are 2 motors which have really bad bearings. And then I decided to go to the newest Emax motor, and as you can see here, I had also to cut down the aluminium shaft, because aluminium is that soft, and when you have a hard crash on the shaft, this is really in bad shape, so you have to cut down the bad shaped part of the shaft to use your motor or your motor bell after a hard crash. But what's important, after a few of these kind of crashes, you really kill your bearings, and then I think you better have to replace the motors to get perfect performance, smooth reaction of the motor. And the last flights I did with these damaged motors, under full throttle, the quad was shaking, and it was really a problem about motor performance. So I decided to go once again with Emax race spec motors, RS2205S version with 23 kVs. And the difference between, there are a lot of differences between the motors I used so far and my new ones. And when we compare like this, you can see when we start at the top, the nuts you get with the old ones are steel nuts, so you have really heavy nuts, which is not really necessary. You can go with aluminium nuts, and the new motors have already the really lightweight and self-locking aluminium nuts included, and that's great in comparison to the old motors. Then we have the motor shaft. The motor shaft is aluminium with 3mm steel shaft inside, and the new motors have steel, hollow steel shafts, which are much stronger than the aluminium ones, and they are a little bit shorter, I think around 2mm, and they are not too long, because these ones are a little bit too long. They reach over the nut and you can damage the shaft easier than this one. And steel is also much stronger. If you crash on the shaft and if I hit directly on the shaft, this one is much durable than the old aluminium one. Then, as you can see, the profile of the motor, the new motor is a little bit flatter. Don't have any more clockwise and counterclockwise shafts. Every motor is clockwise, and you have this, I don't know if you can see it like this, you have this self-locking part which the propeller gets on it, and also the self-locking nut which fixes the propeller, so it doesn't matter if your shaft is clockwise or counterclockwise. The propeller is well fixed with all 4 motors in clockwise version. That's the first motor I have like this, but some friends of mine use already motors like this with all motors clockwise, so I think they will work fine, and I'm really excited to try out these little new nice Emax motors. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Give me a thumb up if you like it, comment, share, subscribe, and happy flying. Bye bye.